Welcome to Fear Consortium, your sanctuary of terror. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode. On tonight's episode of Fear Consortium, we're going to delve into the legend of the Michigan Dogman. The story begins quietly, the way most real stories do. No screaming, no blood, no monster bursting from the dark. Just two men in 1887 cutting timber in the remote forest of Wexford County, an area dominated at the time by logging camps, muddy trails, and miles of uninterrupted wilderness. These were men who knew the woods, who understood animal movement, weather patterns, and the difference between being watched and being followed. They told local newspapers that something had been moving alongside them for 7 nights, not crashing through brush, not circling, just pacing them, always at the same distance. Always present, never visible for long. What unsettled them wasn't aggression, it was posture. They said it stood upright, not briefly, not awkwardly, standing, balanced and still. They described dark hair covering its body, shoulders wider than a man's, and a head unmistakably canine. A long muzzle, visible teeth, ears catching what little light made it through the trees. The men were interviewed separately. Their descriptions matched. Neither ever recanted. At the time, the story was dismissed as nerves brought on by isolation, but fear doesn't usually come with matching details. As the years passed, the reports didn't fade. They resurfaced. Not constantly, not randomly, but in clusters. Researchers later noticed sightings tended to occur roughly every 10 years. 1937, 1957, 1967, 1987, 1997. Different decades, different witnesses, but often the same region, stretching outward from northern Michigan into connected forest systems like the Manistee National Forest. This mattered. The Manistee Forest forms a natural corridor of dense woodland, old logging roads, and minimal development. An environment where large wildlife can move for miles without being seen. Witnesses describe the same core features. A creature between 6 and 7 feet tall, walking upright for extended periods, dropping to all fours smoothly, without hesitation. The eyes were always mentioned. Yellow in some accounts, blue in others. Always reflective. Always wrong. And nearly every witness mentioned the sound. A howl that started deep and animal, rose into something strained and almost human, then stopped abruptly, as if whoever made it decided when enough was enough. Folklore usually mutates over time. This didn't. By the late 1930s, the story stopped being just sightings. Farmers in rural Michigan, particularly near Paris, began reporting livestock deaths. Sheep and cattle were found dead overnight in areas bordering forest and water. Authorities blamed wolves, but the scenes didn't fit. The animals weren't eaten. Fences were damaged too high for known predators, and tracks were found, footprints that looked like human, for several steps before widening, distorting, and changing to something unidentifiable. Many of these reports occurred near waterways connected to the Muskegon River basin. Rivers matter. They provide cover, natural travel routes, and sound distortion, making distance difficult to judge. No official explanation was ever released. The cases were filed, then quietly shelved. By the late 20th century, the witnesses changed. These weren't kids or storytellers. They were hunters who knew the land, police officers familiar with night calls, and military veterans trained to assess threats under pressure. Several encounters occurred farther south, in areas like Allegan County, where dense state game lands border open farmland. The accounts follow the same pattern. A tree line at night, artificial light cutting into darkness, and something standing just beyond it. Upright, motionless, watching. One witness reported firing a weapon. The response wasn't panic. The figure stepped backward, slowly, never turning its back, never breaking eye contact, until it disappeared into the forest. There was no blood, no trail, no pursuit. Animals don't retreat like that. When witnesses describe what stays with them, it's rarely the size. It's the moment before the sound. The woods go quiet, insects stop, the air feels wrong, then the howl. It doesn't echo like a wolf's. It changes pitch mid-note. It feels controlled. Recordings exist. Most are dismissed. Still, analysts have noted the same issue repeatedly. The vocal range exceeds what is typical for wolves native to Michigan. Too deep and too deliberate. There has never been a confirmed body. No DNA. No physical proof that ends the conversation. But absence doesn't erase patterns. More than 130 years of reports, the same posture, the same movement, the same locations. Forests, waterways, logging land. Legends usually grow louder. This one stays restrained, almost cautious. People who live near Michigan's deep forests don't go looking for answers. They don't need to. They lock doors earlier. They avoid traveling alone at night. And when the woods fall silent all at once, they stop. Because every location tied to the Dogman shares one truth. You are already alone when it's seen. This has been Fear Consortium, your sanctuary of terror. Some stories demand belief. This one survives without it. Don't forget to hit subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode.